Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Language Talks. We indulge here in deep conversations with language and voice professionals across various languages and fields. Today, we have with us a very special guest, Medha Bhaskaran. She is an accomplished author whose works range from history to science to fiction. She is the author of powerful historical works, Challenging Destiny, Frontiers, and Life and Death of Sambhaji, as well as the science based book, The Story of Immunity, which makes complex medical concepts accessible to all. After reading her books, I was eager to talk to her on the show, and Chetan Kohli of Manjul Publications from Pune made it possible by sharing her contact number with me. That became so easy. Thanks, Chetan. Her literary works have gained notable recognition in India. Her biography, Challenging Destiny, was nominated in two categories, Popular Nonfiction and Biography, at the Raymond Crossword Book Awards in 2017, and her socially impactful book, Up Against Darkness, earned the FICCI Special Jury Award for publishing in 2024. With a background in microbiology and decades of experience across the healthcare and pharmaceutical sectors in India, Germany, and UAE, Medha has brought a rare blend of meticulous research and engaging storytelling to her books. In our conversation today, let's travel through the Maratha forts of history, intricate workings of our immune system, and creative storytelling that she binds it all together. Hello, Medha.
Hi. Hello,
Hi.
Lalita. How are you? Thanks for having me on your show.
Oh, you're welcome. And it's an honor to have you on Language Talks. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Shoot your questions.
Oh, yes, I'll start.
Yeah.
Your academic and professional background is in microbiology and healthcare and pharmaceutical sectors.
Yeah.
And you worked in Germany, India, UAE. So, what inspired your transition from pharma to writing historical fiction and biographies?
Yeah. So I love to write from the beginning, when as a child I wrote, dabbled into Marathi poetry. Yeah. And then actually, when I was working in pharmaceuticals, we relocated to Dubai, the entire family. And
Okay.
but first, after, even though I had such a good experience in the pharmaceutical industry as product manager, and I had handled about 40 to 50 new products in India, I could not get any job in Dubai because,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because there again, you need to know a preference is given if you have a degree in the US or you can speak Arabic, see,
I
language.
see.
Yeah.
Language, right.
But then I thought I will write for the Khaleej Times because I loved writing. I had already written some health columns for Chaturang in Lok Satta.
I
So I,
see. Okay.
so they became quite popular. And then I thought if I could write in Marathi, why not English? Because we use English language for our in the office, right? And at home,
Right.
nobody. I married a Malayali, so he was very bad. I lost him actually a few years ago, but he could not speak Marathi that well. So our conversation and our children, we spoke English at home. So then, I started writing small articles on hypertension, diabetes, because diabetes is very common in Dubai, in the Middle East.
Okay.
Actually, 50%, 1% into sugar. So I started writing, and I went to. There was no email that time, no internet. So I
Okay.
used to take my papers and go to these offices, Khaleej Times and Gulf News, with
Okay.
the best Gulf newspapers. And that time newspapers mattered, not like today.
Right. Right.
Yeah, then they asked me if I could write under a fictitious name of an English lady.
I see. Okay.
Yes. So
Uh-huh.
why should I write under a fictitious name? So they said, no, if that is the English name, they will read more, you see. Not an Indian name, they will not trust. So they say,
Okay.
what's in a name? But I said, there is a lot in name, in my name at
Mm.
least. So I said no. So they made me wait for 1 year. So I waited
Mm.
and then I started writing. Once I started writing for the Khaleej Times, there was one editor there, Sara Adhikari,
Mm.
half English, half
Mm.
Indian. And she was more
Mm.
proud of her Indian roots. So
I
she
see.
keep
Mm.
my name and then I started writing. I wrote for almost 10 years. Weekly, it's it's quite tough to write weekly columns, you know.
That's a
Then,
lot.
yeah, then that newspaper was actually official newspaper for the Emirates Airlines. So
Acha,
I
okay.
started getting handwritten letters from 7, 8, 9 countries. Especially, I
Oh,
see almost 100 letters when I wrote on polycystic ovaries.
oh, okay.
And I
Mm.
interviewed a lot of doctors. I met a lot of WHO scientists in Dubai. Dubai is a hub, no, for everybody. So I interviewed
Right.
them, and then then I knew that my writing does matter, you know,
Mm.
people read it.
Mm. Mm.
But then I got a job due to my writing. Very good jobs, actually.
Oh, good.
Then Japanese products, then American products. You see.
Mm.
So then I started doing a lot of lectures for my products, you know, that
Mm.
safety managers and a lot of lectures I did in oil and gas industry and a lot of
Uh,
other industry. But then
uh,
I realized that lot of NRIs, let all the NRIs know about it. I had a
mm.
feeling whenever I met them, the parties, because I realized that they look down a bit about India. Like, you know, there's sort of
Mm.
dust and dirt and no discipline on the road and so many other things, you know, the noise. Of course, as they say, as soon as you come to the Indian airport, you know, because everybody is rushing and pushing each other for the luggage, you know, and we talk loudly on the phone in the aircraft. Yes, we are all that. That is us.
Right.
Then I thought, okay,
Good.
I also participated in those conversations. Then I realized
Mm.
if I cannot do anything for my country, what am I? Why I should talk about my country? You know, as such, we
Mm.
are secondary citizens in other country, and then we are making our own countrymen tertiary citizens. So I said, how can I don't have money to do charity or philanthropy. Neither I have time.
Mm.
Boys at home. So I said,
Mm.
a pen is my, or keyboard is my strength. Then I wanted
Right.
to write, said, whom can I write where hundreds and thousands of youngsters will be inspired?
Mm.
And there was not a single book, Lalita, in English, which could be on
Mm.
Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, biography, which could be read by everybody.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are historical
Yes.
books written by Sir Yadunath Sarkar, yes. And there was one
Mm.
by Kincaid, but his perspective, he's not Indian. And there was some
Mm.
Portuguese also had written. I said, my gosh, not a single book in English by a single Maharashtrian. So I said, let me be the first one.
That's
So
such a
then
nice thought.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So there are about 100,000 books on Napoleon in English,
Mm.
about 60,000 on American Civil War, and about
Oh, okay.
20,000 on Jewish Holocaust. And not a single
Look
one
at that.
on Chhatrapati Shivaji biography. And luckily, when I come to
Mm.
India to look after my parents, I left my
Mm.
job, which was very, very comfortable and good. Where I got a new car every year in Dubai.
Oh,
I left that,
good.
yeah. I traveled to many countries for business, including some African
Mm.
countries. So then I came back and then I said, oh, now it's time. Then I was writing. I met somebody, a person called Anup Jerejani in Crossword Bookstores, because Mumbai, everything
Oh,
is
okay.
accessible. So I
Mm. Yes.
talked to him about my interest about the Mughal Maratha. And he said, could I
Mm.
write a book for them, their first and my first, about biography of Chhatrapati Shivaji in 300 pages. He said, we
Oh, okay.
editor will come to your house.
Mm.
So it came in 6 months because I was already studying and writing fiction. Already I had
Okay.
started
Mm.
writing,
Mm.
a
Mm.
historical novel, Aitihasik Kadambari Already I had started
Okay.
writing. So I had studied that for 15, 20 years.
Hmm.
That's how this journey was.
Oh, that's a wonderful journey which started with such a nice thought. That's
Yeah.
really great. You mentioned that you stayed in various countries.
I lived in three countries. I lived in
Okay.
Germany, then West Germany. Okay. Before the wall
Acha,
fell.
okay.
Before the
Oh,
wall fell.
okay.
Yeah, before the wall
Mhm.
fell. I lived there for about 2, 3 years. And then
Okay.
I came back to India. I had to learn German.
Mhm.
I read many books on Holocaust in German language. That time I was very good in that language, being there and already learned at Max Müller Bhavan in Pune. You are a German
Okay.
specialist.
Yes. The best place to learn. Right.
Yes, and that was G1 Gatesway that time courses.
Right.
I don't know what.
Grundstufe.
Yeah, Grundstufe 1, Grundstufe 2. Yeah, that time I did. And then there I met my future husband also in Max Muller.
Mhm.
So it started with
Okay.
Ishti Badish, not I love you. Then I went to then Germany. It was difficult in the beginning to talk. You know how
Mhm.
it is. That's very basic. They
Mhm.
teach you, but they teach you good. They teach you how to
Mhm.
converse.
Yeah.
Then I got the hang of it, and I worked there. And then
Mhm.
yeah, and then yes,
Yes. Nice. So language, you could sail through because of the language learning.
Dubai, I didn't have problem when I got the job
Okay.
because you have to just say
Mhm.
salam alaikum, wa alaikum salam, and those things when you are meeting a customer who is an Arab, so they
Mhm.
feel very happy. When you meet
Okay.
Japan, when I met Japanese because I used to handle their product called Pocari Sweat. It is a
Okay.
rehydration drink. So
Oh, okay.
as soon as I cannot say salam alaikum, but I had to say so and so san, and then bow down a bit. San means sahib.
Okay.
So they used to call me Medha san, like that.
Right.
Yeah. So
So,
I met about 17 to 20 nationalities in Dubai for my work. And
mhm.
that I miss the most when I live anywhere else, you see.
Right. Meeting so many cultures, so many people.
Yeah, it
Right.
enriches you. It gives it erases your bias, and
Mhm.
it makes you fall with different people and their languages and their customs. You see?
True.
Yeah.
Agree. Right. So you were in Germany and you've learned German. So you must have definitely read about the German literature or, about the war and everything.
I used to read a lot of those books in German language, especially written by Jews. And
Okay.
I had a
Mhm.
library near my house, a beautiful little house I'd shared with a Gujarati girl. And a
Okay.
small mountain. I was hardly 19, 20 that time. And then the books were
Mhm.
all free there. You can go to the library and
Mhm.
get 10 books. And
Okay.
yeah, and the television was
Mhm.
also there in
Mhm.
Germany and beautiful. They had lovely programs and these books. And I love to read them in German. Now you are a German,
Um,
you know German. That's why I'll ask you few things. Now I'll ask you few.
Please.
German, of course, there are certain
Mhm.
words in Marathi also you cannot translate into any other
Right.
language. But there are certain
Correct.
words in German like blitzkrieg. Can you translate
Um,
that in English? No. Or there are some, like, for example, kaput. Kaput has a different
oh,
meaning,
yes.
it's broken, it's gone, it's finished, it's over.
Correct.
So that one word has so many things in that.
Yeah, right.
And
It
then
is
there
a
are
multidimensional word, kind of.
multi-done. Then I couldn't find any word which is in German, like for example, doch. Okay, I will say what is ja in German. Ja means yes. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yes. What is
Mhm.
jawohl? What is jawohl? It's it's yes, very, very strong.
Correct. Correct.
It is not, of course. It is yes raised to 10, I think.
Raised to 10. Yes.
Isn't it? So that word, so when I'm reading that Mahlzeit, when you're eating in Germany, anybody comes, passes by, they'll say Mahlzeit.
Mm.
Huh? Gluten, it's not
Right.
gluten appetite, it's Mahlzeit. So that's
Um,
what I couldn't find in any other language. So when I was reading like Sehnsucht or Schadenfreude, these words are so
yes.
strong and beautiful that you
Yes.
cannot translate them. So I love to use the Jewish their chronicles and their books written by them who survived Holocaust in German. Did not know English then so well, because I studied in
Okay.
Marathi medium.
I see. Okay.
You're a specialist in language, so I'll tell you something very sad. I met a lot of
Mhm.
Malayali nurses there, you see. Any
Okay.
hospital you go, there are Malayali nurses. Very
Okay.
hardworking, very polite, very friendly, and most of the Germans loved those girls who really did seva with from heart.
Mm.
So
Correct.
one girl flew with me to Mumbai, and she did not know English at all. And she knew
Mm.
Malayalam and she knew German fluent, very fluent.
Oh.
And
Mm.
he was laughed at by many people how she's living outside and doesn't know English.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So languages, how, whatever.
Yes. Then I will start talking about your writings, your
Ye-
books. The first Challenging Destiny, a
Yeah.
biography of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. It became a bestseller and was nominated for the Raymond Crossword Book Awards in 2017. So my question to you is, what compelled you to choose Shivaji Maharaj as your
Yes,
subject? Like
yeah.
you mentioned in brief how you started thinking about it.
Now a senior citizen, maybe when we were growing up, we did not
Mm.
have internet, we did not have television, we did not have nothing.
Mm.
We so our parents gave us books. For example, the books which impressed me when I was 10 was Goni
Mm.
Dandekar's all the books on Shivaji Maharaj. Or
Yes,
Shivarai, I
right.
call him. And
Shivarai. Mm.
then the most the book which impressed me went into my head, Yunjay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then other books are, if I don't know whether you read Shashi Bhagwat, that those books,
Um,
nobody reads. No Marathi people read. I don't know.
no,
I've never seen
yes.
them. Marma Bhed. And one was something
Mm.
else. Beautiful books, you see. So
Mm.
then somebody comes and tells me, some
Mm.
relative of mine comes and tells
Mm.
me, म्हणजे in Marathi, I'll tell you, that also translation
Sure.
is difficult.
Mm.
जन्माला
Mm.
येऊन एकदा तरी मृत्युंजय सारखं पुस्तक लिहावं.
Oh, that's deep. Yes.
You know.
Mhm.
So then I don't know how exactly to translate. Like I cannot translate Marathi words like ushte, karkata. Then when I was writing this book, in English, Savat
Mm.
or Southern, there is no word like that. My husband's other wife, because those days people had several wives, including Shivarai had 8 wives, you know. And of course, he
Mm.
was married off when he was very young for political connections, but then I didn't know how to describe that.
Correct. Correct.
So that's that way.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I that impressed me, and then
Mhm.
somewhere Goni Dandekar has explained the Afzal Khan's entire episode so well that
Mm.
it
Mhm.
really went into my head. Like
Mm.
it didn't come out at all from there.
Yeah.
And then
Correct.
I thought that if I have to do something in my country, I will write. And actually, last 5 years, Lalita, I'm getting
Mhm.
one love letter a day from 15 to 30-year-old girl or a young girl or a young,
Oh,
yeah, my
that's the your purpose is being served already.
purpose has been served. Yes. Say.
Fantastic. Yes. Amazing. You have also written multiple books on Maratha history, including Life and Death of Sambhaji Maharaj,
Yes.
Frontiers,
Yes.
Frontiers of Karma.
Frontiers of Karma was published by a publisher in Kolkata who
Okay.
host shop. So that time my Challenging Destiny was coming out and it was getting popular. That time I had sent a query letter to Penguin Random House a year or two ago. So they
Okay.
suddenly said, "Oh, we want to do this," and then they bought the
Mhm.
rights, and then they published my Frontiers,
Mhm.
Relentless Battle between Aurangzeb and Shivrai, and The Life
Okay.
and Death of Sambhaji.
Okay.
So they took
Nice.
it up. And then see, writing, since
Mhm.
you are you deal in language, it's very
Mhm.
easy to write, easier, relatively easier to write non-fiction books, and it's very
Okay.
difficult to write fiction books,
Mm.
kadambari, what you call novels.
Correct.
Because then you have
Novels.
to actually put flesh and skin to the characters, their body
Yeah,
language,
right.
their appearance, their clothes they wore,
Mhm.
and the environment they spoke that into. Then what was
Mhm.
the season that time? All
Mhm.
that has to
Mhm.
you have to create a world. You have to create a world,
Yes.
And I learned it
Right.
from two authors. This how to create
Mhm.
a world. One is
Oh,
Con Igulden, who has written on Genghis Khan series. Okay, Genghis
okay.
Khan series. And then
Mhm.
I have also read Mantle. She has extensively written on Henry VIII. So how
Acha.
she just died? She was my age. She just passed recently. But
Okay.
she used to write in present perfect. You see? So not
Okay.
he said so, he says. So I have
Mm.
taken that style of hers, and Frontiers and Life and Death of Sambhaji, everything goes in present perfect. So people
Yes.
feel it's happening in front of
Mhm. Correct.
you.
So it becomes so relatable, and we start imagining
Yes,
that era.
yes,
Like
yes.
I'm living in that era just now. It
So
feels like that.
when you write fiction, you don't
Hmm.
write, you don't tell a story, you show a story. That's how you have to evolve
Hmm.
as a writer.
Hmm. There must
Right.
be a lot of meticulous historical research, and you have to weave it with your narration. I mean, your beautiful storytelling. So please tell us the process a little bit.
Yeah, so that is the most difficult part. Actually,
Mhm.
many times many people, when I do so many podcasts, they say, "How can a microbiologist write a historical fiction?" So tell me any historical fiction writer who is a historian,
True.
or tell me any movie maker like Spielberg. He has
Um,
Saving Private Ryan. He has done Schindler's List. He's not a historian.
yes.
But
Yes.
he's a storyteller. So am I, or I am not, I don't compare myself with him. But I'm saying I'm a
Right.
storyteller in my own way. So I had to
Mm.
first read the books. And Narhar
Mm.
Kurundkar, there's a Maharashtrian analyst who
Okay. Yeah.
he's passed. He's gone 60 years ago. I'm in touch with his daughter-in-law and son in Pune.
Oh,
So
okay.
he has written a foreword for Shriman Yogi. Okay.
Oh, yes.
That
Mm.
forward I loved more than the novel, actually. So what he had written there is,
Mm.
and it's not, I'm not looking down upon the novel. That was the first novel available. He has
Mm.
done a great work, Ranjit Desai. उपकार केले त्यांनी महाराष्ट्रावर after writing the.
Actually,
So,
yes.
but why I like this better, his forward, because he said,
Mhm.
if you do not know Aurangzeb, you do not know Shivaji.
Mm.
If you do not know Mugambo, you do not know Mr. India.
Yes. True. You said
So
it.
then I started studying Sir Yadunath Sarkar's books,
Mm.
who has spent 50 years of his life in studying Aurangzeb from the original Persian correspondence, original Persian biographers. He
Oh,
any
okay.
he is a historian or she is a historian of great repute.
Mm.
First, you have to know whether they know Sanskrit, because if they are, the
Mm.
older
Correct.
empires of India, or if they know
Mm.
Persian, or if they know Marathi script, Modi script of Marathi. If not, then
Mm.
they are fake historians. Like one historian I really follow in Pune is Sri Gajanan Mehendale.
Okay.
He has written a magnum opus on Shivaji's life and times,
Mm.
and he is great in Persian and Modi language. He can read all the
Mm.
correspondence of the era. And Marathi, though, he has written 1,000 page, three khanda.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
took his, and last 200 pages of all these masters of historians are
Mm.
bibliographies. So that's
Yes.
how I studied that. I
Mm.
took some people's opinion about my writing. I made them, some of them edit my Mr. Rawat. He's a ex-MP
Okay.
in Pune only he stays. Pradeep Rawat.
Mhm.
He actually edited my book and removed
Oh, okay.
25, 30 pages from Challenging Destiny. So
Acha,
then I
हाँ.
got help. I got help. Then
Hmm.
now in Pune people, a lot of Pune people helped me. Ravindra Godpole, if you know,
अच्छा.
he has written on Akbar and won many awards for that book. Deshmukh Publishing
Okay.
Company, I think. They helped me.
Okay.
Yeah.
हाँ.
Then one
Yeah.
Anuradha Kulkarni is there. She has written extensively on correspondence of the era, volume.
Oh, okay.
Gave me a lot of free books. Then some history professors and head of the departments in Mumbai sent me so many books
Hmm.
like that.
That's so nice. Yeah, I mean, so much help and so much
Yes.
research.
And I
It
visited
goes together.
yes, some hill forts. You can't visit
Oh.
350 hill forts, come on. But I visited three or four to get the feel of it.
Yeah, right. Of
And
course.
the rest of the hill fort study I did on Google Earth. Looked from,
Acha, oh, okay.
yeah. So one day I
Oh.
had to sit to find out which angle this fort looks, which river is falling on which side of this. And I get very
Correct.
confused with the Agneya and the Disha in Marathi, they say, no, it's northeast and
Um,
northwest. So I always get confused in that. So I had to ask some
mm.
Maharashtrians whether I'm right or wrong. Lot of time has gone.
Yeah, right.
20, 25 years of my life is gone into this research, almost.
My God.
Yeah.
That's a huge amount of time and energy and the passion, of course. Because of the passion, you have done all this.
So then I always thought then otherwise what I would have done, I would have watched TV or I would have gone and I have never visited a ladies club. It's not that I'm looking down upon that. You can
Mhm.
visit and enjoy yourself. You must enjoy once in a way, but I had no time for anything for that. So
Mhm.
that's
You
okay.
are immersed in this research.
Yes.
Now, while reading your books, what I observed is the warfare or the battles
Yeah.
that you have described very, what should I say, in detail.
So what I realized see, Mughal Maratha Kadambaris were only available in Marathi. So what
Oh,
I
yeah.
realized, the historical fiction writers, they did not
Mm,
describe the battles. It was too much on
mm,
personal conversations and personal.
mm.
So which
Yes.
but when I read about Connie Gulden's Genghis Khan's series,
Mm.
the five books are there. He has described, and those days there were no reference books available of those days. Like I have Mughal Maratha
Oh,
book
yes.
available. He does. He lives in the UK. I think he's professor of history or English. I've not met him.
Mm,
Never I talked about him. But when I said that, my gosh, this war and battles must be explained. Otherwise, people will not
mm.
know. Now, if you see my
Correct.
Tara Rani's novel, if you read Maharani Tara,
Mhm.
then every battle is explained. Otherwise, you will not know how she fought with Aurangzeb. It's all about war and
Yes.
battles. It's not about personal talk. It's about
Mm,
politics. What I see, even the movies today, is too much of personal
mm.
talk, personal love
Yes.
affairs. I
Mm.
don't watch historical fiction movies at all in India
Okay.
because it's only personal
Mm.
talk and they sing and dance around. So it's not my cup of tea. It's about war and politics, about how they fought the battles, what
Mm.
battles, what happened at the frontiers. So I got a book. Palsokar has written a book on intricate written book on Mughal, I mean Maratha war, Shivaraj's battles.
Acha.
Very intricate
Okay.
that I have.
Okay.
Then
Mhm.
Sir Yadunath Sarkar has described battles in beautiful
Mm.
but old-fashioned English.
Yes.
Fashioned English. He has
It's
translated.
very nice to read. Mm.
Yeah, he is a Varadan to India. The way he has described the entire
Mm.
Aurangzeb's life. And Aurangzeb was a great poet. Do you know that? One of his
Oh,
poems
okay.
were
Mm.
translated from Persian to English by Sir
Mm.
Yadunath Sarkar, which his translation I did not like. So I tweaked the translation and I have put it in.
Acha.
it's like life is a twinkle, a breath.
Mm.
Life is a
Ah.
twinkle, a breath. Now it was life, now it is death. I learned that they were poets, they were like, so I don't hate any of my characters. They are all my babies. Even Aurangzeb
Mm.
becomes my child, when I
Yeah.
write.
Yes.
So that way. You have to treat them that way. You don't have to have a bias in your mind. Bias.
Hmm. Correct. Otherwise, the research or whatever you're writing
Yeah.
will not do justice to the character also.
No, you cannot. And I don't use now, since you are a language specialist, I don't do write adjectives to anybody. Mahan Shivarai or idiot
Hmm.
Aurangzeb. ऐसा नहीं करना. You treat
Hmm.
them with equal respect and let the
Hmm.
reader be the judge.
Yes.
Readers
I
are
observed that in your writings. Yes. You have
equal.
not undermined also anyone or over glorified also anyone.
Not,
So,
no, not over glorifying. No.
that's
Yeah.
great.
Yes, no. There were brutalities. There were mass killings. There were religious conflicts. There were fanaticists. But that you show it. Don't tell
Hmm.
your bit. You are no one. You are just an author, a storyteller. You're no one
Yeah.
in this picture, You just show it, what happened. That way. Then readers know about it. But there you don't hold
Hmm.
back when you show it. Show the truth.
Hmm.
Like
Okay, got
that.
it. Your book, The Story of Immunity, it presents complex concepts like vaccines, immune cells, even gut-brain connections. So I found that very interesting.
Yeah.
And I think post-COVID, everybody has got interested in immunity. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a long time back, of course, but still people are reading about it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So it was like writing, medical writings were
hmm,
very, manje, it was easy for me because I had already written 400 articles for the Khaleej Times. And I never
yeah.
had a single complaint about that I have written it
Hmm.
wrong. And most of the many doctors started reading there. And they used to
Oh,
actually call me. And then when if at all I visited any hospital, they will say, they will come out and talk to me, like that way
right.
gained some kind. I said, wow, with simple writing, money may be less, but there is so much of respect for this profession,
Yes.
so that money can't buy. You see, money cannot buy that
Yes.
respect.
Correct.
Yeah, so that ek serve laga bhi na the respect chi. So you get addicted to that. Maybe you do actually. So then I wrote another book, not just the story of immunity. Then I came back and I
Okay.
wrote my good, bad, and ugly, what I'd seen in the world of pharmaceuticals. So
Oh, is it?
the
Okay. Mhm.
prescription of life, which was also published by Crossword Bookstores. Doctors and law, so many pharmacy students loved it, but it had become too technical. So now I have asked them whether I can make this book easy and name it as from aspirin to azure. So I'm negotiating.
Ah, that's a good.
And yeah, and for the story of immunity in 2020, I have a house in Bangalore. So I came back. We all came back. My husband was here. My children were away somewhere. So when I came back, he was discovered with pancreatic cancer. So then he
Okay.
passed in 2020, and I was alone. Children couldn't even fly, no flights. So I said, whether I sit in the house crying or I help the society. And I started answering Quora Digest answers. Quora Digest, they have a
Oh, yeah.
my page. So they ask, what is viral? What is this? What is that? Just to. So
Mm.
and then in 1 month, I realized the 65,000 views for my answers. Or
Oh,
that. So then I said, see, science is incremental knowledge. You have to understand what is A to understand what is B.
mm. Mm.
I said, and then there are so many things कि you inhale vapors and then your virus will die. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. And then they say you drink this kada, that kada. Then babas and buas, they jumped on the bandwagon. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं. So I wanted to tell the truth to the confused. Even doctors who came on panels, they couldn't answer about immunity properly. So I said, let me, then I collected 122 research papers and I joined. There is one Salman Khan Institute, US, not our Salman Khan, okay. That Sam Khan is a professor of immunology.
Mhm.
Wife is and they give beautiful lectures, simple lectures.
I see.
So I joined those
Okay.
classes, and the time which I should be very sad and grieving, I said, I don't want to live as a victim. Everybody dies at the end. So I want
Oh,
to make use of, and then I enjoyed doing that work. It was. So then that book came out. It's around 5,000 doctors. It has reached now. That book.
that's amazing. The reach is amazing.
No,
Congratulations.
thank
Yes.
you.
I'm sure your creative process, your storytelling creative process, then your research, it involves a lot of challenges and a lot of joy. So please share the challenges also with us and of course the joy.
Not many challenges. You have to actually,
Mhm.
when I ask the historians, how would I learn such history and intricate history? So one person said, read, and read more. The same goes to,
Okay.
yeah. So same
Um,
goes to everything. And many times
mm.
historians have shouted at me from Pune only. I don't want to name them. They have shouted at me. If you do not know, do not write. And somebody said,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. And then, but it was I took it as constructive criticism. And then they knew
Mm.
when I'm not going to quit this
Mm.
journey, then they helped me. So then I had to read a lot about
Mm.
Adunath Sarkar's 5 volumes. It took me 3 to 4 years just to understand what Aurangzeb did.
Oh.
Read. They're big volumes, and you can
Mm.
download them free. You know.
Right.
And to keep
Yeah.
reading, like Sri Gajanan Bhendare's 1,500-page book, it actually, my copy is completely torn. So many times I read it,
Mhm.
you see. And
Right.
then some other, but in that period, I did not want to read any novel because I don't want to get impressed by other people's writing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only I kept reading Con Eagledon's because the way he created that era and Hilary Mantel's books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to understand the craft.
So
Yeah.
how they created that particular that every page like gives you goosebumps.
Mm.
Those and the best compliment I got from a cancer surgeon in Mumbai.
Ah,
He's Connie Gulden's fan. Not many people in
okay.
India. So he wrote me
Ah.
a long letter that how I'm better than Connie Gulden. So I was like, like for 1 week I was in the Hawa. And then I came down. Yeah. And I have
This
to
is amazing.
read small verses also in my book. So in Challenging Destiny, I converted everything into dollars for the youngsters to understand. Then
Acha.
Shahiste Khan's, Operation Shahiste Khan, I compared with Operation Neptune Star, where Osama bin Laden was killed. So there's
Oh, yes.
similarity. So youngsters love those books. Even IITians read it and they send me letters. Some of them put this book under their pillow to this
Ah,
challenging
okay.
destiny.
As
So,
an inspiration, right?
so there is one poem I written in that when
Mhm.
peace demands suffering and shame. म्हणजे तुम्ही
Mhm.
when you are quiet and तुम्ही सहन करत जा. That's not
Mhm.
that's not me. When peace, that was not Jizabai. So she tells her son,
Mhm.
when peace demands suffering and shame, war remains the only option which is most humane.
Oh,
You have to
yes.
fight. You cannot, दूसरा एक थप्पड़ मारला और दूसरा करा. That was not the Maratha blood.
Mhm.
You see, that way.
Right. Mhm. Moving on to your writings about Snehalay.
Yeah. So
So, for the larger audience, can you tell us about Snehalay and your writings also?
Nihalaya is an NGO in Ahmednagar run by a professor couple.
Okay.
So for last 35 years, they have many projects, but their major project when they started was to, they had already, they have taken all the sex workers and their children under their umbrella in Ahmednagar 35
Okay.
years ago.
Oh.
The sex workers do not have identity card. They do not have, they can be murdered and thrown. Nobody knows them because nobody is going to search for them. Then
Mm.
they are riddled with so many diseases. And then there
Right.
is, many got died of AIDS. So what I liked
Mm.
about Girish Kulkarni is that he brought those in his hand, women filled with pus, and he cleaned them and he kept them safe. There was, even now, it is difficult to find a shelter for HIV positive women in India.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
and when I came back to look after my parents, they, uh, uh, after my father's death, I realized that I didn't know about this because being an NRI, you are busy with your own problems, you see, your
Mm.
visa problems. You are not permanent in the UAE. Even in the US
Mm.
now, you know how difficult it has become.
Right.
So, yeah, so my brother who lives in the US, he teaches at the Penn
Mhm.
State. He's a distinguished professor, actually.
Okay.
Uh, in Penn State University for accounting systems. He also
Okay.
has written a book called Braveheart Savarkar in English for Crossword Bookstore.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they wanted me to
Right.
write another book. Then I had no idea because I didn't want to study so much about that era of history.
Mm.
So he
Mm.
knew, he wrote.
Pick up.
Yeah, so after my parents passed, my father passed, we inherited large pieces of property in Ahmednagar, which I didn't know.
I see.
So there was
Mm.
land was in question was 5 to 6 acres of prime land in MIDC area. And then promptly our great relatives whom we thought are flesh and blood, they promptly put cases on us. So to fight those cases, I used to go to Ahmednagar with my mother. We had a small house there. Then then it became so, because again that to understand the law language is difficult. And I
Yes.
never knew that there are some good vakils, that bad vakils, and some very ugly vakils. I discovered that. So
Mm.
then, while I was fighting this, I met Girish Kulkarni. Somehow, because
Mm.
you live in the same town, it's a small town, 500,000.
Mm. Right.
And I saw his work, and I was introduced as an author of Challenging Destiny.
Oh, okay.
That
Mhm.
So then I went and saw his work, and I suddenly asked him that,
Mhm.
"Do you have a good English book written on your work?" He said,
Mhm.
"No." So I said, "Do you want me to write?" He said, "Yes." And I didn't know what I was going into, because I had to take 100 interviews. I went
Mhm.
to a red light district, and because those who want to stay in the sex trade,
Mm.
is they stay there, but they work as
Mm.
peer group educators, and they know what is
Right.
HIV. They're all very
Mm.
woke. I mean, they know what's happening. They know what's happening.
Correct.
So I stayed, one
Mm.
full day I spent with them, and I realized that they are such lovely women. They have love,
Mm.
affection, everything in their heart. So after 100 interviews, I wrote this book, and I took some
Mm.
law of help of vakils also, lawyers, to understand the laws around the sex work.
Mm.
That book came out very well, and that land in question, my brother and I donated to them, Snehalaya. So
Oh.
with the book and
Mhm.
the land, they made us trustees.
Mm.
And gave me
Right.
a beautiful one small guest house with kitchen and one little place to sit in the midst of their campus in Ahmednagar. As a Shivaji Maharaj Kaksha. They were,
Oh, okay. Interesting.
yeah, very interesting life. See, life is, you can sit and cry and
Mm.
curse, or you can make it glamorize. You can make it,
Mm.
you know, full of glamour.
Yes.
I always like to enjoy life like that. You see,
This yes, we have to decide how to go about
you have
it.
to decide. And my boys are very free, and they are my closest friends and voracious readers. And they tell me, "Mummy, you do whatever you want in life." You know,
Mhm.
they help me
That's nice.
writing. They
Hmm.
help me. My brother used to read my husband also used to read for because there were no Grammarly then, you know.
Great. On our phone call, you mentioned you meet cute with the legendary Marathi poet, lyricist, and writer Gadi
Yeah,
Madgulkar,
Edima.
popularly known as Gadima. So, how was that meet?
Very cute. I was, I think, not 10, I was 13. And that
Okay.
time my father I had gone and talked about Pandit Nehru, about,
Hmm.
there used to be speeches, inter-school and all that. So
Right.
I said in my speech that in English I had to give, and then I said that he used to sit with Robert Frost's poem, "The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promised to
Wow.
sleep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep." So my father asked me, "Come on, do it in Marathi, translate it."
Hmm.
So I
Okay.
translated it, and everybody loved it. So it was like this: "ही झाडे झुडपे लता पल्लवे बनहे सुंदरसे, जावे वाटे त्याती पण मी वचनबद्धची असे, सहस्त्र योजने दुरी जायचे कर्तव्याकरिता, चिरनिद्रेच्या आधी करावयाची वचनाची सांगता." So I did it this
Oh.
translation. So I used to love translating everything in everything. And I had written few Marathi poems. So I then my father said,
Hmm.
"Okay, I'll take you to Gadima."
Hmm.
He was a my father was a joint commissioner in food. No, that he was a commissioner in no assistant commissioner. So he had little clout, and we went to Gadima. And Gadima asked my father to sit on a satranji and made me sit in on a chair with him. So I was feeling very good. You know. So some of my Marathi poems he loved. Some of he said you should write in a simple language, साधी भाषा.
Hmm.
He said, "मी
Okay.
तुझ्यावर एक कविता करतो." He said, "Okay, a 13
Oh.
year old with big eyes, you know, I was like so
Wow.
impressed." So within 5 seconds he said this. "माझ्या मेधुलीचे डोळे जशी कमळाची फुले त्यात ओथंबून आले भाव गोड."
Oh. So cute.
Father was very pushy. My father put me in like more than my brother. He treated me as a brother, as a big boy of the house. So,
Okay. Hmm.
yeah, so that way. So that
So
all,
nice.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, meeting such legends is experience
It
in
itself,
itself.
yeah, I met Acharya Atre's daughter also. Now I don't remember her
Mhm.
name. So he took me to
Okay.
meet several people.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that fear of meeting somebody went off.
Mm.
They are human,
Right.
I guess, like that way.
Correct. Then, what is your take on the language war that is erupted in Maharashtra just now?
That's sad. Very sad. Okay. I'm living in Karnataka. Okay.
Hmm.
Nobody bothers about my if I know Kannada. Though my now one of Challenging Destiny has come out in Kannada, and they treat it,
Oh.
yeah, they give me so much respect. I want to tell
Mm.
those Maharashtrians who fight Marathi wars that have you lived in any other place, not as a tourist,
Hmm.
to earn money, to make a living?
Hmm.
Because it is not I knew Marathi, then I had to learn English in college, then I had to
Hmm.
learn German to go to Germany, because that time nobody spoke English. I married a Malayali, then I went to Kerala and I learned a bit of Malayalam. Then I lived in Tamil Nadu. I understand full Tamil movies. Then I'm living in Karnataka.
Okay.
I have to learn Kannada. In Dubai, I did not know Arabic. I had some problem getting job. So these people who live in Maharashtra, either they are not worth getting job anywhere else, or they don't
Hmm.
want to go anywhere else, or they are too rich for them to
Hmm.
go somewhere else to earn money.
Right.
It's not for every person. It is not easy to speak in. It's I know all many words in Kannada, but I
Hmm.
cannot. That grammar is so. Sometimes I understand, but I cannot speak fluently.
Huh. Right.
Somebody can. Somebody can tell me, give me a thappad here. They'll say that in Maharashtra you are beating our people. And we will beat you here. Then what happens to us, Maharashtrians? Staying outside.
Yeah, right.
What, yeah, so that nobody discusses. I want those people who treat other people who do not know Marathi in a bad way. They must come to Karnataka and stay for 3 months and earn some money. That way.
It was lovely talking to you. But before we sign off, which projects are you immersed in right now? Which book is coming up?
Now I had already submitted Tara.
Oh, okay.
In Tara, and Penguin Random House has taken my third historical fiction. We signed the contract.
Great.
So
Congratulations.
yeah.
Yes.
So now then when I submitted the entire manuscript, now I have a very good broad level story editor she has very high position in Penguin, a lady called Vaishali. So
Oh, I know Vaishali.
Vaishali
Yes.
Mathur?
Yes, I have interviewed her on this channel.
Okay, so she's very strict. Now she asked me to change the entire story arc. She
Oh,
said she's not getting the feel of it, so I was working on that for almost a month, and now she will go and she wanted this
oh,
author's
okay.
note in detail, so that I have sent. And this goes on, This is a very it's not easy task, that editing the book.
Yes.
But now we understand each other. Then after she
Oh,
completes, then the English editor will come in the picture. And
oh,
then will
yes.
come the proofreader. So you have to deal
Correct.
with 3 layers of editing. But Penguin is very professional, very professional. And
Okay.
with all due respect to Crossword bookstores, they gave me this because they could put the books in 100 of their stores, including at all the airports. And
Correct. That
children's,
means a lot.
that means
Yes.
a lot. Sakal also published, Pune Sakal published this, the Up Against Darkness, that got FICCI Award. So with due respect to all the publishers, Penguin is very old publishing, and the story editing, what they do is very special,
Top
another
class.
level,
Yeah.
another league, like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
They are very meticulous in their processes
Yeah.
and
And
scrutiny.
they understand the entire, I don't know what, it's a little different. Not that I'm looking
Okay.
down, the other people have played a huge role in my life, Crossword bookstores and the Sakal, but this is little different. It's another level of editing,
Oh,
I
okay.
feel. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So that was a lovely discussion, Medha, and I
So
loved talking to you. So it was a fan moment for me to talk to you.
so I will tell you about now your bhasha and language.
So
This is
yeah,
60, little 4 kadvechi kavita hai about bhasha.
please.
In Dubai, they
Yes.
had invited me
Um,
to Marathi Mandal because
hmm.
when as a lekhak, no, you get little name. They had invited me to give prize to those who spoke well and wrote well, children.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
that time I had made this poem and I had said that what is bhasha?
Sure.
So
Yes.
भाषा वाहणारी हवी रानातल्या वाऱ्यावाणी एका झुळकेने सुद्धा मनाला उभारी यावी. भाषा हळूवार हवी प्राजक्ताच्या फुलावाणी शब्द शब्द वेचताना बोटी पालवी फुटावी. भाषा
Hmm.
छेडणारी हवी कोकिळेच्या स्वरावाणी कानावर पडताच ओठावर शीळ यावी. भाषा लढीवाळ हवी पावसाच्या सरीवाणी अंगावर घेता घेता पापणी मिटून जावी. भाषा लक्ष वेधणारी तुटलेल्या उल्केवाणी पेंगलेल्या डोळ्यांनाही खडबडून जाग यावी. भाषा मऊ उबवणारी पाखराच्या पिसावाणी मेलेल्या मनाने सुद्धा आकाशी भरारी घ्यावी.
Oh, wow. The last line was amazing.
Thank you. Love to
Cham-
write Marathi poetry when I'm traveling in the car, when I used to drive in Dubai, it's like that.
Hmm.
Enjoy.
That's nice.
Enjoy with your bhasha.
Yes. Correct. Yes. Play with the
Yeah.
language, like they say. Great. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Yeah.
It's a pleasure. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining me in conversation with Medha. See you in the next episode. Till then, have a good day. Bye bye.